Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Man United could consider Scott McTominay's sale to West Ham for 40 to 45 million pound. Manchester United could consider Scott McTominay's sale to West Ham United if they receive an offer between 40 to 45 million pound, the Telegraph report. The Scotland international has made 209 appearances for the Red Devils since his debut in May 2017. The 26-year-old has been a key player for United, but he is no longer assured a starting spot. Casemiro is now the first choice holding midfielder. The Hammers have an interest in signing McTominay, but it's claimed that they may need to cough up to 45 million pound to persuade United into a sale. The Red Devils are looking to offload the players to recoup funds, but Fred and Donny van de Beek are more likely to head for the exit door before McTominay. As things stand, manager Erik is happy to keep the midfielder and would only be willing to sanction his sale if a serious transfer offer is made. McTominay is also willing to bide his time and see how the United squad looks nearer to the deadline. The Scot loves United and is open to staying but wants to play games. The club graduate would be unhappy to spend a season sat on the sidelines. The Red Devils have already spent £100 million on signing Mason Mount and Andre Onana this summer. The club are currently planning to open talks with Atalanta for striker Rasmus Holland. The 20-year-old won't come on the cheap. Any more signings would depend on outgoings. United have already recouped more than £20 million from the departures of Alex Telles and Anthony Elanga this month. They will be hoping for more exit in the coming weeks. Aside from Fred and Van de Beek, Eric Bailly, Dean Henderson, and Brandon Williams are anticipated to leave. In our opinion, McTominay does not fall into this category, and United will only consider his departure if they receive a suitable offer meeting their valuation for him. Facundo Pellistri high on FC Twente's transfer shortlist. Manchester United winger Facundo Pellistri is high on FC Twente's transfer shortlist after recommendation from manager Erik ten Hag. According to Twente Insite, the Uruguay international made his breakthrough with the United first team last season, but he managed only 214 minutes across 10 appearances. Ten Hag has opened the door to send him on a season-long loan. It's reported that he has personally offered the 21-year-old to Twente. The manager approached technical director Arnold to confirm that Pellistri is available, but the final decision depends on the player. Aside from Twente, Pellistri also has loan proposals from the likes of Bologna, Real Betis and Grêmio. He has yet to decide which club to join. Pellistri signed for United from Penarol in the summer of 2020. He had an 18-month loan stint with Alaves, but struggled to make a meaningful impact. However, he has shown glimpses of his potential over the past year. Pellistri is now a full international with Uruguay and has been a regular starter. He assisted Marcus Rashford's first goal during his 6-minute debut for United against Charlton in the Carabao Cup quarter-final in January. With the vast competition for places, Pellistri may not get guaranteed game time with the club. A loan spell in the Eredivisie would be ideal for him. Ten Hag has a good relationship with several Dutch teams, including Twente, where he was previously an assistant manager and also played for them. Ultimately, Pellistri will make the final choice, but Ten Hag would want him to join a top-flight European club where he has an assured starting spot. Anthony Elanga departs Manchester United for Nottingham Forest. Anthony Elanga has joined Nottingham Forest in a £15 million deal, becoming the sixth departure of the transfer window for Manchester United. Elanga, who made just 5 Premier League starts last season, was largely expected to leave United in search of more playing minutes, having failed to nail down a place in the first 11 under Erik ten Hag. Everton and Nottingham Forest were the clubs to have shown the most interest in landing Elanga this summer. and the latter have now successfully gotten a deal over the line. Elanga told Forest official website on the completion of his move. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a proud moment, not only for me, but for my family as well. It's the perfect next step for me in my career. It's a big step, and I'm really looking forward to playing in front of the Forest fans at the City Ground. I had interest from elsewhere, but for me, Nottingham Forest feels like the perfect place. I am really ready for the challenge and I just want to embrace everything and get to work. Ilanga's departure takes United's summer income from player sales to £21.8 million following moves for Alex Telles and Zidane Iqbal to Al Nassr and Utrecht, respectively. The Red Devils are set for a further transfer windfall, with Dean Henderson set to join Elanga at the City Ground. Fred is also expected to depart Old Trafford amid links to Saudi Arabia and Turkish giants Galatasaray. Meanwhile, United are currently in talks with Atalanta over a deal for striker Rasmus Holland, and they are expected to submit an opening offer soon. Erik Ten Hag verdict on erratic Manchester United defeat to Wrexham. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has had his say on the team losing to Wrexham in the pre-season friendly. An inexperienced Manchester United side were beaten 3-1 by Wrexham in San Diego, with Johnny Evans the one player with first-team experience. Marc Jurado scored Manchester United's goal, with Dan Gore unfortunate to be sent off in the second half. Erik Ten Hag was watching from the sidelines with under-21's boss Travis Binion in the dugout. Speaking after the final whistle to MUTV, Erik Ten Hag said he was disappointed with both the result and the performance. He added that he saw the match as a valuable learning curve for the players up against a senior squad. Ten Hag said, "It's always disappointing. We are disappointed with ourselves. The way we played in the first half was a little bit erratic. We lacked structure. We had some other objectives that we didn't reach. They are young players. We have to learn from it, and I am sure they will. That is what happens in top football, definitely in the Premier League, and our players have to get used to it. This is men's football, and it's really good that they have this experience. The result is negative, but you learn from it. It's a learning moment, and as a players for Man United, you have to deal with the pressure of the crowd. It's good that we had this, and from negative moments you learn, so we have to take that." Hannibal Mejberi has attracted loan interest from Leicester City and Luton Town. The likes of Charlie Savage, Zidane Iqbal, and Anthony Elanga have already made their way out, with more to follow. However, there are those like Hannibal Mejberi and Amad Diallo who shone last season out on loan in the Championship and could have a future at the club. The Tunisian played in 3 friendlies but did not come off the bench against Arsenal. It remains to be seen how much game time the versatile playmaker receives during the rest of pre-season, considering the opposition and the options at the manager's disposal. Ten Hag believes in the Tunisian international, and thus a loan move is being considered. He has featured 3 times for the Red Devils, once under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and twice under interim boss Ralf Rangnick. As per Nusur TN, 3 clubs have expressed interest in taking the United Academy graduate on loan. Premier League new boys Luton Town recently relegated Leicester City and an unnamed outfit. Interestingly, the player having performed in the second division for Birmingham City would prefer staying in the Premier League, but the guarantee of game time is most alluring at this stage due to the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations in 2024. Another potential issue that the club needs to solve with regards to Hannibal is his contract situation. His current deal expires in 2024, but the club do have the option of extending it by a year. If a loan deal is agreed, the versatile midfielder will have only 1 year left, and that could take a toll on his potential value. So ideally, the Red Devils need to agree a new long-term deal before sending him out on loan. Man United in the race to sign Atletico Madrid star Joao Felix. Manchester United are in the race to sign Atletico Madrid attacker Joao Felix this summer, According to Portuguese publication of Jogo, the Red Devils were interested in signing Felix on loan during the January transfer window, but they were put off by the hefty demands of Atletico. Felix recently admitted his dream of playing for Barcelona, but Jogo claims that the Catalan Giants have other priorities to attack before the season starts. Blaugrana manager Xavi Hernandez is an admirer of Manchester City's Bernardo Silva, and the Spanish outfit don't seem willing to go crazy for Felix. United are also in the race to sign the 23-year-old, but the report does not specify anything else. United have already signed midfielder Mason Mount and goalkeeper Andre Onana to bolster two key positions ahead of the forthcoming campaign. They are now eyeing a marquee centre forward and another midfielder. Atalanta's Rasmus Holland and Fiorentina's Sofiane Amrabat are the main target. Felix has been a long-term target for United, but we don't see a deal happening this summer. The £242,000 a week star struggled during his expensive loan spell at Chelsea. The Blues spent £15 million on him, but he netted just 4 goals from 20 appearances. Atletico prefer to send Felix on a season-long loan this summer, but the Spanish outfit could easily demand £20 to £25 million to sanction his temporary exit. In our view, United are unlikely to spend that much on a loan deal with the limited budget. The speculation is probably agent-driven to attract more suitors for Felix. Jorge Mendes has the tendency to convey his thoughts through different publications. Sofiane Amrabat has now reached an agreement in principle with Man United over his wages. Fiorentina midfielder Sofiane Amrabat has now reached an agreement in principle with Manchester United over his weekly wages, according to Alfredo Padula. The Morocco international recently joined the Serie A outfit for a pre-season training, but he is eager to pursue a bigger challenge away from the club this summer. United are showing serious interest in signing him, and Padula reports that the club have pulled away from the competition by agreeing personal terms. The midfielder will receive a base salary between 77 and 86,000 euros a week, plus bonuses. Fiorentina value Amrabat in the region of 30 million euros. The Red Devils are fancied to pay 23 to 25 million euros as a base fee, with the remaining in the form of add-ons. The club are in the process of offloading Fred. He has been deemed surplus to requirement and could head for the exit door. He is currently valued at 12 million euros. Aside from the Brazilian, Donny van de Beek could also leave the club. He scored the winner against Lyon with a lovely volley, but was an unused substitute versus Arsenal. The Dutchman has acknowledged that his future could be away from United. With the midfielder now fit after his knee injury, he could receive permanent offers to move on. The departure of the duo should provide United with adequate funds to proceed with the purchase of Amrabat, who is enjoying the best phase of his career. The Moroccan has been exceptional for club and country in the number 6 role. Last season, he completed 90% of his passes in the Italian Serie A. He won 1.3 tackles and 3.1 duels per game, losing possession on just 7.2 occasions on average. His strong distribution and ball control from the center of the park should provide strong competition to Casemiro, who has made the defensive midfield position his own. If Amrabat were to join the club, questions could be raised over the future of Scott McTominay. Man United could reach compromise with Atalanta to sign Rasmus Holland. Manchester United could reach a compromise with Atalanta to sign Rasmus Holland this summer. According to The Athletic, the Red Devils have identified the 20-year-old as their priority striker target, and they are likely to make an opening proposal soon. The club are currently reluctant to pay Atalanta's £85 million asking price and won't go higher than £60 million. However, a compromise could be reached. The Athletic claim that a deal could materialize if United offer another £8.5 million in add-ons for Højlund. The Serie A outfit have already finalized an agreement to sign Almeria's El Bilal Touré for £26 million. he is likely to be Højlund's replacement. The Red Devils are currently focused on negotiating the transfer of Højlund from Atalanta. The current price tag is on the higher side, but the club should be optimistic of persuading the Serie A outfit to lower their demands for the player. Højlund is determined to move to Old Trafford this summer, having agreed personal terms, while manager Erik ten Hag shares the same transfer stance. The Dutch tactician has identified the youngster as the perfect profile to lead the club's attack and believes he can be a 20 goals per season striker. As The Athletic said, a deal worth £60 million plus £8.5 million in bonuses could entice Atalanta to sell, having only bought him from Sturm Graz for £14.8 million last year. While Højlund has not submitted a transfer request, Atalanta would not want to keep hold of a player who is unsettled and has his mind on joining United. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.